and this will be recorded. This session will be recorded and uploaded into YouTube, and this session will be available lifelong for ASMICA and other caregivers to follow it or get clarification again and again. So this is how we planned it, and I am thankful to my sister and my nephew in America. In fact, he also helped me to give connections to this YouTube on the last week, and this is how it goes. And in fact, before we proceed, it is my duty to introduce our chief guest to all of you. I think I have already circulated the rich profile of Mrs. Jyoti Srivatsav, but still let us go through it so that you know the real profile of the advocate. He will address all of you shortly. Here is the profile of Jyoti Srivatsav, practicing advocate. And in fact, you see the profile, each and every word I speak out here is to an objective, career objective, to uphold the dignity of the legal profession and serve the cause of justice with integrity, commitment and professionalism, while enhancing my experience in civil, criminal and family matters. I think you noted about the words integrity as well as professionalism and other things. Academic qualification, Bachelor of Law, LLB Usmania University, Bachelor of Commerce, BCom, Amaravati University, Diploma in Business Management, Massey University, New Zealand. Professional experience, independent practicing advocate, Hyderabad, Telangana since 2019. 5 years of standing practice before various courts and tribunals, handling matters relating to criminal law, civil disputes, matrimonial, family, and consumer law. Experienced in drafting legal notices, pleadings, written statements, affidavits, petitions and agreements, conducting legal research, client counseling and effective case strategy formulation. And she is a Bar Association member. Areas of expertise, legal drafting and documentation, legal research and case analysis, client counseling, trial preparation and argumentation, negotiation and mediation skills. India Book of Records holder, recognized for conducting 150 counseling sessions in a single day. Languages known: Hindi, Marathi, English, Marwadi, Bhojpuri, Haryanvi, Gujarati. Big claps. This is not a small achievement. Personal attributes: strong ethical foundation and sense of justice, excellent communication and analytical abilities, committed to client welfare and continuous learning. So I think it is humble to give it brief with a short profile, but I think her achievements might have been much more. And I also introduce a colleague, Mr. Srinivas, introduce himself when he speaks, and I think. And Madam, I think to the chief guest, I would say, Madam, this is ASMICA, a caregivers association, which we formed 3 years ago. And we registered it as a non-profit organization. But since we have less resources, with the support of Asha Hospital, Dr. Jagannath is our EC member, we have been conducting our conferences here. And we have conducted awareness workshops by experts from schizophrenia and bipolar mood disorder and other things. And we are also represented the government of Telangana on issues of caregivers, which includes so many issues like your what after us is one thing. Government of Telangana is supposed to implement the Mental Health Act, Mental Health Act 2017. But as you know, in India, various states have fallen short of implementing this because Ministry of Family Welfare and this are not so active or maybe not prioritized this. And especially nowadays, as you very well know, that the suicides in youth, hello? Are you coming? I am in the session now. Please come. Okay. So as you know that the awareness, especially on mental health, is increasing slowly and step by step. And there is a telemanus which is started for emergency counseling, telemanus services started. But they have fallen short of a lot of things which we have taken into the government through our memorandum, but has no response. We also conducted a dharna successfully, showing all the issues of caregiver, and also put postcard campaigns to government, Ministry of Health. We met the health minister 3 times, and whenever we met, he talks very sweet and nice, and he says, we'll try to solve. But after we leave, I think nothing is happening. This is a continuous fight we are doing. But one more problem is caregivers themselves, being members here, are unable to spare much time, and they have their own issues and problems and other things. So taking this organization in a consolidated way requires committed people and who can spare time for social work. And I am trying to identify such people who can take ASMICA to proper this thing. This is a brief introduction of ASMICA. And with this, I think few words, I request Jyoti Srivatsav Advocate to take over, and Mr. Srinivas also to introduce himself first, then Jyoti Srivatsav will take over the sessions. Thank you very much. Please, Srinivas, I invite Srinivas.
Hello, good morning to all. I am R. Srinivas, joined Jyoti Srivatsav from 23 December onwards. I have retired from the service and I did my law, and I started practicing law. As the association, we have all. Thank you.
Very good morning and namaste to all of you. First of all, I would like to say thank you so much, sir, for giving this opportunity to share my very little knowledge to all of you. And as sir has given the introduction of mine, again, I don't have to. Right? And I hope this session will, help you with your questions and answers and everything. I am here to help you all with all your questions and answers and legal. We will discuss everything. Regarding as sir talked about like mental health act or mental act, like yeah, I do agree with sir. To be honestly, government or any people, they don't take and they haven't taken the mental act seriously yet. And whatever he did was just it's kind of a very baby steps he has taken for the that initiations for the mental act, that what should do and what should not do. But legally being an advocate, it is not something like where we can go with that, ki dharna karna hai and all those things. Being an advocate, I would like to share, like there are courts and everything that where we can shake the government, especially. It is central government or state government. So we can go and we can file PILs against those. So yeah, I mean, so PIL is the best way to convey our problems legally and formally. That court notice, like, okay, this problem came with sir and we have to give that, solution. Because court is something like which will not leave you without solution. Going to any politician, what politicians they do? Nothing. They just, they'll promise. That's it. Those are like only false promises. I'm not talking about all the politicians. I don't want to get into all those things again because I'm a very neutral person. I'm not a political person. But yeah, there are some ways. We will sort it out, sir, with you, definitely, as I'm here to help you. Through PL, we can, touch the government and we can ask them, like, what is going on, why you're not giving those priorities to our thing, that's especially this. Coming for, the main topic is trust. See, in India, there are like thousands and thousands and thousands of families. They are and they have the same questions like you, that what after us? That is the biggest question any parents, even being me as a mother and being my husband as being a parent, we do have the same questions at you, what you are having right now. What, kya hoga? Mere property ka, my FDs, my liquid, my fixed assets. After me, will someone look after them like the way I did it? Where, पैसे देख लो आप या फिर एक caring nature, both, है ना? So yeah, that is why our government of India, they have created a trust act, that is 1882. यहाँ पे ट्रस्ट होते हैं जो टू टाइप्स के होते हैं, एक पब्लिक एंड एक प्राइवेट. प्राइवेट इज जस्ट फॉर आवर फैमिलीज लाइक दिस, दैट आवर डॉटर्स, आवर सन and family members and kin members should be protected, and we can register that family trust. There are some procedures, the legal procedures, where you have in private family trust, you have only 3 people, they are more important. That is settler, if sir is there, so like sir's property, whatever, the fixed asset or liquid asset, whatever you can. Liquid, as you all are aware, that FDs, mutual fund, cash transaction, whatever it is, jewelry. And fixed asset is non-movable house, anything related to XYZ. So here what we exactly do is, settler is the person who owns those property. Then again comes the second to the trustee who looks after everything. And finally the main person is beneficiary, our kids, who we want to protect them from that. So it all depends, sir, that how you make a trust deed. That is more and more important. What are the clauses you need to put? There is not a restricted definition in private trust that where you need to be restricted to the legal. Okay, you have to register that deed. That is, but clauses you can put as per a settler, after him or within when he is alive. You can do it. There are this is the way that we can go with the private family trust. And kids with disabled, handicap, if they are mentally handicapped, if they are physically handicapped, then there should be the more special clause should be adding. That is our duty being an advocate, right? If you want me to go to that much legal, I'll be very much opening in the question and answer session, that one. And then again, going with those things, parties in the private trust should be settlers should be very well aware that what we need a very detailed regarding what exactly then example this hospital, how, I mean, what are the measurement of this hospital, who are the staffs, what are the assets related to this hospital and everything. We need a detailing about property, detailing about money, liquid and everything regarding that. So settler can help trustee actually to run that very smoothly, so that that if trustee will run that smoothly, then automatically beneficiaries will get that advantage. Yeah. Who needs to make a trust? Yeah. Yeah, fine. We can continue questions as well. No problem at all. During no problem at all. Ma'am, actually, to every person who owns a wealth, who owns a property, it is not restricted actually that okay, I have a 1,000. Can I make a trust? Yes, you can, definitely. If you're a very wealthy, if you have a family, I mean, who is dependent on you, if you don't trust any other person, whether it is a small or it is a big, you can go with trust. That is private trust.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. If you are not sure about what will happen to your kids after you, until you are alive, it's okay for everyone being a parent that you will look after your kids, like financially, emotionally, everything. But again, trust is equals to the question, what will happen to our loved ones after us. That is the main motto behind making trust, private trust. That any other person who's having love, so we can go with the flow, no problem at all. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah. So here, I mean, settler, I have already told you who is settler. Trustee, I have already told you, mentioned that who is trustee. No problem. I'll give you the photocopies what I have researched, for you guys to have a, you can keep all copy of mine as well. So here, not now why create a private family trust? We will go in a very little detail, okay? A private trust helps a person with a small succession actually, or smooth succession without any dispute. Now here, will versus trust, right? Right? Okay. So will is something, ma'am, where we can, if suppose A made a will, okay? And after he passed away, any person from the family or maybe outside can go and challenge that will in a honorable court of law. But trust cannot be challenged. That is why we have to create a trust. Will is not secure document, though it's a legal document, but it is not a secure document to secure your future of loved ones. But trust is something where private trust is something where you can secure dedicatedly. There are reasons why people, they mostly go for the trust. We can take a example, big Tata, right? It's 60% of the ownership is for the trust, and then rest he divided as per his wish. That is why we create a trust for succession. We have, and trust always allow us to set aside our money, property, and constant income. No one can challenge that anywhere, unless and until it is revocable or irrevocable. You can make it. That is the thing. And if you want me to give you revocable is more important for people with irrevocable, sorry, with people with mental disability or handicapped person who is not able to take decision actually. Yeah. So for that you cannot change unless and until settler is okay with it. Or is there any clauses mentioned in the trust deed? The most important part of the private trust is trust deed. You need to be very, very, very careful while making that deed. Each and bit of the trust deed should be like, detailed regarding how to run, what to put clauses, at what age you need to hand over that person amount and anything, that how much time frame you need to for that trust, you need to have that 15 years, 18 years, 25 years, 30 years. There are like lot of things where you can go with the trust. But will is like something where people, they will come and they will challenge and they will create that fake document. Will is something not like, right to go with wealth and everything, property. It is okay for the who's taking care, not with a good person who can challenge that in a court of law, with a good mental health. We'll talk about that, who are disabled or something like that, who cannot take their own decisions and completely depend upon others after us. So in that matter, yeah. Ma'am, legally I can't answer that because it's the insurance companies actually, as usual. They have put the clauses. Even they have, even for the PMIs, even for the diabetic and heart patient, they do not cover actually, right? Am I correct, I think? So, yeah, they don't cover those people as well, ma'am. The reason is only clauses, ma'am. It's all companies' comfort. That is the only thing. And every clauses and every, as usual, I have already said, since the thing I'm explaining this, I'm using the word clause. Clause is like you can, if you're making contract, okay, you can put your own clauses in that particular contract. So any insurance company is not made up of giving you any kind of a profit or any insurance money. They always want to keep that money. They don't want to give you. That is why they put their clauses as per their wish. That is the only reason, ma'am. Yeah. Reservations. Reservations is a very big question. I agree with you, and I do like to share with you, ma'am. There is reservation in some competitive exams for handicapped people, that is PH, right? Physically handicapped, and yeah, if you are aiming for those things, then we both are ready to help you with that as well, ma'am. No problem at all. What kind of a? Yeah, civil services. That's it, right? Yeah, ma'am. If you are you will come in PH actually in that category. If you are, you have cleared that exam, written exam, and you have cleared the interview, no one will stop you. You are saying that you are mentally disturbed right now. Don't show those attitude in your you are talking to me. I find you very normal. The way you are asking question and the way you are So yeah, that's good. Yeah, she is the Ira Singhal. She cleared a competitive exam. She became an IAS officer, even though she is physically handicapped, actually. Yeah. It's okay. I don't find it, ma'am, literally, because while you're questioning, your questions don't sound me like you're mentally handicapped. Okay, now we will see what the clauses we need to put in private trust while making private trust deed. That should be name of the trust as usual, objectives, details settler about the details about the settler, trustee, beneficiaries, and trust property list is very, very important. That after that you cannot amend it actually. If you're making like revocable, it's okay. If you're not, if you're making irrevocable, then there will be a big question. If that trust got registered with, like, under the Trust Act. So rules of the investment and clauses, termination, you can though terminate at any time of your life. That, as like, it's completely depend upon the settler only, what they want at. And the dispute resolution clause as well, that we advocates are there to help you guys, like, we will take a session for that. That, okay, ma'am, if you want to go with the private, making of the private trust deed, we take a very, like, personal kind of a interview or a briefing, you can say in legal word, to like, to execute that private deed, private trust deed. So where we can mention a very, very, very little. And private deed is, yeah, more important for only family ones and loved ones. That is a very, like, if we'll go with the detailing, it will be like, hours and hours. But for all of you, I'm always available for your, like, if you want to take legal advice regarding this, I'm always available. No problem at all. You can come and approach me via phone, via WhatsApp, anytime. I would be really very happy to, like, assist you with that. And moreover, if you want to, like, yeah. Yes, yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. That's what I have startingly I have mentioned. There is, like, in private family trust, we have three main people. One is settler, second one is trustee, who take cares of him. Trustee will always be, ma'am, your family, your trusted family members. And beneficiaries will be your, like, kids and whatever to whom you want to. Along with your one family member, you need to have an advocate or a CA as a trustee. Yeah, advocate and CA to, like, to handle monetary wise for the smooth running of the businesses, because there are lot and lot you're living. Just you're saying, like, yeah, they will help. That is what I have already mentioned, and I'll keep mentioning again and again, that clauses, dissolution clauses, dispute clauses, everything you have to decide. It is not that Indian Trust Act is limited to, like, you can only put this much clause or this much. No. Until and unless your mind is in peace, then you can definitely put any clause to protect your person or to your loved ones. Yeah.
రాదు.
Process of creation of trust, now members also. Let us start maybe at 11 o'clock. Now it is 10:30. From 11 o'clock, let us put questions one by one, and the opportunity will be given to all the persons who have assembled here. All the persons. They can come one by one here and pose the question, so that we also listen to what question you have posed. When you are interacting with directly, we are unable to see. So please put your questions on mic, so that it will be recorded properly, and we also listen to the questions. Please cooperate. Let us conduct. Let the guest speaker finish the subject part, theory part. Then we ask questions. Thank you.
Yeah.